Welcome to another AGM Perspective, people. Be one family. Peace, love, solidarity, and black power. Salute. Today I want to congratulate Barbados. Barbados is a country in the Caribbean with a population of about 300,000. I'm proud of these people in Barbados because they removed the old racist statue from the Hero Square. Old racist by the name of Lord Horatio Nelson. Now this joker was revered by the British. As a matter of fact, they unveiled his statue in 1813 to commemorate the British Royal Navy's victory over the French and the Spanish in the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. So you look at it, from 1813 till now, our people had to look at that statue every day. Bona fide racists. At that time, the Caribbean was colonized by Britain, France, and Spain. During the Napoleonic Wars, it was an important battleground, and the ruling classes and the plantation elites had the statue erected to mark his role in the campaigns. So they given credence and respect to this joker because of his accomplishments on high seas, his victories then. But the statue was targeted for removal by various administrations since 1990 as the vestige of colonial rule. Now peep game. Now, it became more controversial because of Nelson's defense of the slave trade upon which Barbados' plantation economy was based. Right? So now Barbados woke up. They got conscious. They came into knowing that, because Barbados is a black nation, so they came into knowing or consciousness that this racist dude, this WS that they had in their Heroes Square didn't belong there. Now I'll tell you why. What was the catalyst behind that? It took the global assessment of history and racism triggered by the killing of George Floyd. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. When George Floyd got killed, got murdered, they saw it on TV. They saw that cop kneeling down on that brother's neck, and they felt the pain and connected with it and felt, or they were moved into action. And this is how racist this dude was, this Nelson character. Now, they had him in the heroes square, but he was actually a zero. He wasn't no hero. Hero to who? All these titles people be giving you don't mean nothing. They build you up with these titles, have you feeling important when you actually a zero. Now, this is the mindset of this joker, Lord Nelson. In a letter, Lord Nelson wrote, "I have been and shall die a firm friend of our present colonial system." So you see, once a racist, always a racist. They was making the money, or the economy was based on the production of slaves. It wasn't just business for them. It was personal. It was personal. You know, sometimes you got some jokers, they might be involved with the trade, but they're not really feeling it, but they just going along with the flow. So they might write that they not, they have a little resentment towards what's going on, but they're powerless to do anything. At least you could feel a little sympathy for that individual because he's overwhelmed in what's taking place, and it's bigger than him. But then you got these clowns that they feel, they really love what's going on. They embrace it. Ironically, I think a month or so ahead of this statue getting taken out, the Queen of England was removed as the head of state of Barbados. So you see, people are waking up. They're looking at your efforts and the trials and tribulations that you go through, your struggles, your fights, your tenacity, your boldness to go against the system, systematic racism, and they follow suit. All eyes on you, black people. Be one. People are following your lead. So be careful what you do. Things are changing. The winds of change are here. Changing of the old guard. People is not going for those same old. It's a new situation. But a lot of us, we still got that slave mentality. We still got that colonial mentality, whereas we're afraid of change. We're afraid to buck the system. These people got us shook. Well, some of us anyway, not all of us. So some people are scared to rock the boat. They're scared to open up their mouth. You got Agent Orange. He don't want to leave the White House, so what he's trying to do? He in the Middle East trying to throw shade. He want to start a war over there. Because if he is involved in a war, he stays in power. These are the political games that they playing. Peep game. If he could stir up enough chaos in the Middle East and get them dudes jumpy over there, get them dudes shook, get them on high alert, then instead of pulling troops out, they're going to be putting more in. If a war ensues before Biden takes office, Trump, aka Agent Orange, aka Carrot Top, aka Agent of Confusion, gets to stay in power. Now, wouldn't the WS love that? You can see them foaming at the mouth right now. I was trying to tell a few folks it's not over till it's over. I don't put nothing past these people. I don't trust them. Never have, never will. It's just something about a snake. No matter how much you pet it, no matter how much you feed it, one day it's going to bite you. Why? Because it's in its nature. It's in his nature. These people, WS, that's what I'm talking about. When I say these people, I mean the WS. These individuals have a deep-seated hatred for black people. Deep-seated hatred. Whoever think that these people could be turned around or, I don't know, bargained with or whatever, sadly mistaken. You're dealing with people that don't have no conscience. They don't have no love for me. They don't have no love for you. I don't even think they have love for themselves. They just agents of destruction. Everything they touch, they destroy. That's all they know how to do. They will kill you or kill me in the blink of an eye. Got these young brothers disappearing. They know better than to do wholesale slaughter because they know what's going to come next. So you know they do their 1-1 thing, snatch somebody up. Somebody who think that they cool, go hang out with them, get drunk. Then they have their way. They do their thing with them. torture them or whatever, take pictures and show their friends, look, I done killed her. You know what I mean? I done took one of them. Why? Because you thought they was cool. You thought they was your friend. You just want to get along so bad. You just follow them like a little puppy. Sad. Sad. A lot of more is going to be led astray and made examples of because you don't understand the danger of going to an isolated area with these people where you're at their mercy. You don't understand that because you're gullible, because you're wishful. You just want to get along with everybody. Yeah, that's the humane way of thinking, but then it's reality today. And reality says, reality dictates that you have a demographic of people that Agent Orange exposed. By him coming into office, he emboldened these people, if you want to call them that. He emboldened these beings to come out, the shadows from under the rocks, or wherever they come from, out the woods, and show their true selves. You hear them on the interviews. Man, I remember when I was younger, I was going through certain situations. And one of my first experience with racism was in upstate New York. The first time I seen a tattoo on a correctional officer's arm, when the shirt lifted up, I saw a tattoo of a black baby with a noose around his neck hanging from a tree. Now, anybody who's from New York that's had the experience of I had can verify exactly what I'm saying. The audacity but see, they stay in the woods. They hunt, they fish, they stay in the woods. They don't come down to the city. So if you want to see them, you got to travel upstate. You got to travel up to the woods where they at, where they strong at, and you stick out. You see? You stick out. Because everything up there don't look like you, so you stick out. So I'm telling you people, Stop wanting to get along, especially with WS. And you might not think they WS. Some people hide it better than others. But if you think they okay, and you think they all right, you want to get along, you might find yourself in that situation tied to a tree or in somebody's basement getting strangled or whatever else they want to do to you. You will put yourself in that situation. Nobody else. You. So think about what I'm saying. Next thing I want to touch on is I feel for the brother Lil Wayne. I heard the brother caught a charge, fell in possession of a firearm, 922G1. That carries a 10-year sentence. I'll tell you something about the feds too. I don't understand, but before I get to that, man, I don't understand how these brothers have these entourages. They got these soldiers, so-called soldiers around them. But nobody want to take the weight. When I was coming up, we had to stay strapped because that's how we was living. If we was in a car and the police pull us over or whatever, the lower ranking, it was his duty to take the charge. All those who had higher rank was expected to walk. The reason for that is the higher rank, the seniors, could care for the young soldier's family and himself while he's doing time. He, of his own free will, was in that position and know what comes with it. He wasn't forced into it. Certain things come with certain things. Before the king could fall, you got the rooks, the bishops, all these pieces to insulate the king. Before the king could fall, all these pieces had to be sacrificed. All these pieces would step up in defense of the king. When you have a team, that's how it goes. When you're a part of a team, there's a chain of command. Certain things is expected. But today, you have these youths, they have no honor. They don't have no sense of duty. And then I blame them and I blame the people who have them around them. Why I'm going to have you around me if you're not ready to take an L for me? If you're not riding with me all the way, why am I going to have you around me? I might as well be by myself. I'm not that desperate for company. I'm not desperate at all. So before I have a bunch of paper soldiers around me, I'd rather ride dolo. I'd rather ride solo. Anybody that's ever been around me know that if you're not ready to turn it up to the degree that I'm ready to turn it up, ain't no sense in being around me. You're wasting your time. I'm not going to tolerate your presence. Straight up like that. I'm not going to tolerate you. I'm not going to make excuses for you. Every man has to carry his own weight. So Lil Wayne, I don't know what you're going to do. But if I was you, you know the conviction rate of the feds right now. But you do get points off for accepting your responsibility in a timely fashion. But if you want to go to trial, don't expect a fair trial. They're going to play you dirty, like they play everybody else dirty. And then I heard drugs is involved too. That's another charge they could put on you. They'll mesh that with the gun and make it seem something else than what it is. That's how they play. They dirty like that. And don't be surprised if somebody in your camp, should you go to trial, come testify against you. Don't be surprised. This is how they play. All we have is each other, people. Solidarity, black solidarity, black liberation, be one. Black woman, black man, black child, peace, and black power. This is another AGM perspective. You can see me, right? You see my face? Clear, right? I'm not hiding, right? I know you like to see me. Okay. Peace and love. Stay up.